So, I have been kind of examining people um, that, you know, they have some form of spirituality and maybe even some form of like Christianity in a sense, um, but they don't necessarily subscribe to all the ideas of Christianity. I've been running across a lot of people like this lately, and I think it truly is coming from not only the enemy trying to deceive me, but possibly also just God trying to cross our paths so that I give them a little more God as well. Whatever the devil meant for bad, God makes good. So, what I have noticed with these people is, yeah, they have the likeness of God, and they might even like claim God, but at the end of the day, a lot of the things that they're saying and that they're doing is not godly. Um, I've met several of them, which literally like are in some kind of relationships they shouldn't be in. Um, they're in something that they're not supposed to be in, so they're not really following the truth and spirit. Um, and because of that, they don't ever get to really see who God is and what He's about. They might have retained their wisdom from maybe what their parents taught them, because that's another thing. Some of them grow up as Christians, or they have parents that are Christians, and they don't know that God instills those things in their parents so that their parents can instill wisdom inside of them. And so a lot of the times they're thinking that the wisdom is from themselves when it's really not. It's from God that gave it to their parents, and their parents that gave it to them. And so, what I've noticed with them is they have this thought that God is there to make their dreams come true, that He's just like a genie or something. Like, God would love me to freaking have a penthouse suite in New York. He can make that happen. He loves me. He's going to bring everything into fruition with my manifestation. And, you know, I don't think that's actually who God is. I think the purpose of our Christian walk is to give up our lives for God. Like, we want that penthouse suite in New York, but do we need it? No, we don't. In fact, if we were to go after it, we might become a person who God doesn't want us to be. And so, this is the thing. Like, God made a plan for everyone's life. He said, I have a plan for your life, and our plan might not necessarily match His plan. He had orchestrated things so that Joseph would go into Egypt, so that he might save, Egyptians, and that he might save his brothers and that kind of thing. And the story of Joseph is a representation of the Messiah, by the way. Like, he sews us in before and after, in front and behind. And so I don't know if Joseph had too much of a choice in what he was going to do. Um, like, God made it happen despite what Joseph wanted to happen. So I don't think God's plan for some people's life is, well, I love you, and so I'm going to give you a penthouse suite, and you don't have to tell anyone about my word and my truth, and you can do what you want to do. Like, I don't think that's what it is. Like, He put Christians on this earth, Nazarene, whatever you want to call us, followers of the way, believers in Christ, to be the light in the world. And He has a plan in which we are supposed to walk in, that is going to help redeem His people and redeem the world. Not everyone will be redeemed, of course, but yeah. So I kind of see my life as, I wanted to be a fashion designer in New York, and I gave that up because I was just like, I don't feel like I can do that as well as follow God, because when you think about it, the fashion design industry is just very vain. It's very appearance focused, and that was one of the things that God was trying to get me away from, was spending too much time focused on appearance. And so these fashions are also created by the fallen kingdom. I remember designing a line in college, and then 2 years later, I see Balmain with pretty much all the same designs that I did. And you want to know why that is? Because it's the same spirit influencing those designs. So after God got rid of that, now I'm able to design things that honor His kingdom a lot more. But I think our purpose is really whatever His plan is. I mean, we should be asking the Father what He wants us to do. I remember having a dream about having a white van, and that's exactly what I got in my life. I got a white van. Just like in the dream, I would be helping women. I've been helping women. I had a dream that I would have a husband and a son. And so I believe that God is going to fulfill that vision of having a husband and a son not just because I want it, though He does give us the desires of our hearts, but because He has also planned it for me. So, these are things we should be asking the Father that will definitely give us more guidance for our lives. So, you guys be blessed and have a good one. Bye.